Listen up, get ready, I'm not gonna take no more. There's a revolution, a revelation going on in my soul. Buckle up, get ready, we're not gonna sit.
Welcome back, all you citizens of the world. Welcome back to Live from the Heartland for the week of November 2nd in the year 2024. We've been talking a lot of politics. We've been talking a lot of the election, which is only a few days away. We've done this for weeks now. We've had people, politicians and analysts, et cetera, coming in. We thought we'd lighten it up a little bit with another sports report from our regular sports reporter, my cousin, the one and only Adam James. Played football in Northwestern. He's a martial artist. He's a filmmaker. He's doing a lot of good stuff in the world. And we're at a time in the season when we have a lot of sports. We still have baseball since last night. We're recording the day after. The Yankees won. We have basketball. We have pro football. We have college football. We have hockey. We have a lot of sports. And we thought we'd ask Adam what he's observing, what's catching his eye, catching his attention, and what he'd like to share. So good day to you, Cousin Adam. Take it away.
Hello, everybody in the Heartland. It's great to see you all. Great to see you, Michael. Thank you very much for having me. Yes, it's an exciting time of the year. This is one time that a lot of sports fans really love because you're in the heart of the football season right now. Basketball and hockey have both just started, men's basketball and the hockey season. And then, of course, baseball is at the pinnacle moment right now. We're in the middle of the World Series. There's a chance that when this show is released, we'll already know the winner. It's going to happen either tonight or over the weekend. And it's been a great season. Of course, here in Los Angeles, everybody's been very excited about this Dodgers team. And then this amazing player, Shohei Ohtani, the Japanese player who has absolutely been sensational, did the 50-50 season, the first time ever, 50 home runs, 50 stolen bases, 54 and 59 to be exact. So just an absolutely sensational player and really exciting here. The New York Yankees, of course, are the other team, and they have this rich, amazing history. So there's been a lot of really cool stories, especially with these two teams coming together because they have a storied history.
And what about football? What are you following in football? And what is your prediction on the World Series first?
Well, at this point, it looks really like the Dodgers are going to win. I mean, it's going to be a historical comeback if the Yankees could possibly get to a Game 7, let alone win that. So most likely Dodgers. But as you perhaps know, Michael, I was born right outside of New York City. And many of my family members are diehard Yankees. I grew up rooting for the Yankees, even though I lived in Hawaii. So go Yankees. Hopefully they'll come back and win this. But as a realist, I know that it's highly unlikely. But still, we're going to keep cheering until the end.
You are a Yankee fan?
Yes, sir.
I thought you might be a Dodger fan. Okay, Yankee fan.
Really
I never liked the Yankees being a Brooklyn Dodger fan, but I have not liked the Dodgers since they moved to L.A., so I'm kind of waiting to see whatever happens. Either way is good. Let's switch to football.
I will just add real quickly before we move off of baseball that I do love the Chicago baseball teams. You know, I lived there for many years while I was at Northwestern. Many games I attended, especially obviously the Cubs because they were just a short L ride down from Evanston and the Northwestern campus. So I saw many Cubs games. Also, I know that you love the White Sox and I love the White Sox, and I'd love to see them come back and be strong again. Both those teams have amazing histories and love to see them be strong again. Yes, so football.
How about football? Who are you watching? What's happening?
Well, so many amazing stories going on right now in the NFL. First of all, we have the defending NFL champions. They are two-time Super Bowl champions, and they are undefeated right now. And there's something that's never happened in the history of the NFL, and that is a three-time champion, 3 times in a row. So this is a historical season possibly for Patrick Mahomes and this Kansas City Chiefs team, especially when you consider the fact that they've had a lot of injuries on that team, and yet they're still playing at a really high level. So watch out for the Chiefs. But then, you know, of course, the Chicago Bears have been having a spectacular season. What a great year so far. Excellent, wonderful young players all performing at a high level. But oh my God, what happened to your Chicago Bears last weekend, Mike? Did you watch the game?
You bet I watched it. I just went, whatever. Yeah, for people who didn't watch it, there was a Hail Mary pass with no seconds left, and the there was a lot of members of both teams down there in the end zone, and lo and behold, the guy who was supposed to watch, one guy wasn't on it, and the guy caught the ball, and the Bears lost the game.
Yes. And
what about college football?
Well, before we get to that Hail Mary, because I don't want to rub it in, but I found it really fascinating to read some articles about the history of the Hail Mary, this pass, this play at the end of a game, because there's some history there. And of course, one of the first times that it ever happened was the Dallas Cowboys against the Minnesota Vikings with the quarterback Roger Staubach. But it was Doug Flutie and the Boston College Eagles who had literally called the play the Hail Mary. That was the name of the play. And they were down late in the game, and they called that play, and Doug Flutie got it done. And as a result, won the Heisman Trophy that year. So, yes, it's an amazing, exciting play. And unfortunately for the Bears, they were on the losing end of that. So you're asking about the next sport. What was the next one? College football?
Sure, college football, because I know that your team, and I've been rooting for them, is not having its best season. They have a beautiful little field, which is already done. They're not going to use it anymore.
One more season.
Talk about the Big Ten, et cetera.
Yeah, so real quickly in regards to Northwestern, yes, they're playing temporarily on a small field right on their campus while the brand new Ryan Field Stadium is being built. They will play there one more year. So next year, if you're into that, go up and see the Northwestern Wildcats playing on that special small stadium right on the lake. Everybody who's been there has been raving about it. Just an amazing game day experience, especially for the students on campus. They don't have to leave campus to go to the stadium. They just literally walk out of their dorm and walk to the stadium. An amazing experience for them. The team itself has been, yes, in a transition this year. Last year, they had a major transition. They had their longtime super successful coach leave, dismissed. And a new head coach took over and did an amazing job and was named the permanent head coach after having the interim title for most of the year. And this year has been a little bit challenging as they've had to kind of reevaluate and renavigate. But I'm hopeful for their future. Meanwhile, in the rest of the Big Ten, this has been an amazing year because we have 4 new teams, all from the West Coast, the 2 Southern California teams, USC and UCLA, who have not been playing particularly well. And then you have Washington, who last year were in the national championship game, not playing at that level this year. But you know who is that Oregon Ducks team. And so that's the team that's been absolutely on fire. Number 1 team in the nation right now.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the Illinois Oregon game. You know, I had great hopes Illinois was looking good, but they were no match for Oregon. What about any other football news, information, quarterbacks that you want to touch on?
Well, I do want to, since we're talking about Oregon, I do find them a really fascinating story because historically the University of Oregon is a great university, but wasn't a dominant sports program. But the connection there was Phil Knight, the alumni who went to University of Oregon, who was a track guy. He loved track. And then, of course, he developed this amazing shoe product and company, Nike. And he is an absolute Oregon man. He is a Duck. And so he's been putting all of his Nike money into the University of Oregon's facilities. They have the most amazing facilities there. And as a result, many of the young players coming out of high school are choosing to go to Oregon, even though it's way up on the Northwest, way out of the East Coast time zone for all that East Coast bias. But watch out. The Ducks are good.
Okay. What do you got to say about basketball?
Oh, man. Well, gosh, NBA just started. A lot of exciting games going on. Of course, the Boston Celtics, the defending champions, have been spectacular and undefeated so far. The Los Angeles Lakers have also been particularly good. A brand new head coach there. This is an interesting story. He was a former superstar player at the University of Duke, a longtime NBA player, JJ Redick, who then became an announcer. And he was announcing for many, many years. He's literally never been a coach. He's never been a head coach. He's never been a coach. But he went right from being the ESPN commentator to sitting on the court side coaching LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. And they've been playing really, really well at a high level. One person here in Los Angeles analyzing the play of this team has said, they didn't change a lot of players. So for the team to be playing at this high level, you got to give this coach a lot of credit. He's been doing a spectacular job.
I was going to just ask you real quickly, your take on LeBron James and his son being on the team together. It doesn't seem to be working out quite as they had hoped.
Great question. Yes. So this is something that, of course, LeBron James really wanted to do for a long time. He's been talking about playing side by side with his son. And there was some controversy about how the Lakers made this happen, whether he was the best player to take at that spot in the draft. But, historically, when you look back at the Chicago Bulls, when they had Michael Jordan, they would bring in some players that were friends of Michael to make him feel more confident, comfortable, and like it's a home and a team and a family. So I personally think that's not a bad choice. In fact, there was another article I read recently where they analyzed children of former NBA players and whether they are drafted too high and rated too high because of their famous last name. The facts are that it's the complete opposite. Players coming out of college whose father played in the NBA are often rated lower than their actual skill set. And they show this statistically by how they've performed in the NBA. They've been drafted low, but when they've come into the NBA, they've performed well. And these are the children of former NBA players. So a lot of people say, watch out for Bronny James. He might very well turn out to be a better player than some people are giving him credit for. But no doubt about it, it's good for LeBron. It's good for the Lakers to have that young man on their team, working hard at practice and being a teammate.
Well, okay, we're running out of time, so give us a quickie on basketball and on hockey.
Well, as we finish this, point about this family, I do want to, again, emphasize something I do say on this show regularly. As much fun as sports is to watch, it's even more fun to play. I really encourage everybody out there to get engaged, get involved, find a way to be an athlete in your life, whether that's going to the gym and working out and making your body your sport, or whether it's joining a team and maybe you're not able to play, but you're able to support. Maybe you can be a manager of a team and have some other administrative capacity. But get engaged and involved in your community, especially with sports. Sports is how we can come together, talk, and find common ground that helps us as a community get better. There's a lot of tension out there in the country right now with all this politics stuff. Sports helps us engage with each other in a common and civil way that we can then take that and carry that into other discourse. So I encourage everybody to do that. Good luck, everybody. God bless America. Wishing everybody absolutely the best.
Thanks, Adam. And next time I have you on, we'll talk a little bit about the film you're working on and the online series called Dok Sauvage.
Fantastic. Looking forward to that. Thank you so much, everybody.